Hey friends, welcome, welcome. I know it's just 6 o'clock on the dot, so I'm sure people will start trickling in. I'm excited for tonight. It should be fun. Hoping that our weather holds off. We have some thunderstorm bands that have been moving through all day long, and our power went out for a little bit earlier, so I'm hoping that when this next big round of storms comes through that it doesn't go out, because then the internet goes out. But happy Tuesday. I'm kind of loving our little time together on Tuesday nights. We're going to be coloring her, but we've got a few little twists tonight. But let me pull out my skin tones. And we will get going. Hey, Justine. What you fixing for dinner tonight, girl? The boys here are in charge of dinner, so they are making chicken Alfredo. And I am trying to decide what I want to use for my skin tones. Can you hear me okay? Hopefully. Everything should be streaming well. Oh, hey, there's Cordelia. Hello, friend. There, now I can see you chat. All right, let me find the rest of my skin colors. And you might hear some rumbles. They're starting. I've got two dogs in here that are trying to both hide under my desk. But there's not really room. There's room for the little one, not so much the big one. Oh, that sounds good. That's a favorite at our house. Definitely a favorite here. So we're going to be doing our little girl from the Will Work for Craft Supplies set, but we're going to kind of switch it up. TV dinners sound good too. I'm not opposed to a TV dinner. Or a pot pie, or a frozen burrito, or chicken nuggets. So, it is pouring outside. I mean, it's dark anyway, but the rain is so loud. So I've pulled out some of my other little stamp sets. These are some Quokka, the birthday Quokkas, and then this is one from it's from I just got it. Quokka flowers. So I just pulled out the flowers from here, but then we have all these sentiments. So we're going to switch it up a little bit tonight, and we're going to go through kind of some other things that you can do with her. I did show the last one that we made last week, which still cracks me up, was this one that says, "How about a roll in the hay? Naughty and I know it." Hey Brian, welcome. How are you doing, friend? Yeah, I won't send it there, Cordelia, but I think it's moving that direction. Kind of, ish. it's moving easterly. So I've stamped my girl, and then I'm going to show how I stamped this one with the flowers from the Quokka flower set. So we're going to kind of mix it up. Oh, yeah, gotta have coffee. I have mine. It's right here in my dragonfly cup. So I was saying, Brian, earlier, we have some horrible thunderstorms tonight, so I'm hoping that our internet and our power both stay on. You guys may hear some huge rumbly booms because I am right next to the window. It's like right over there. And so earlier they were loud. Hero, get out of there. I've got 2 dogs that are trying to hide under my desk. So I know that's the best part, is that she doesn't just have to be will work for craft supplies, but so many sentiments that you could put on her sign. Then tonight we are also going to pop her sign up to give it a little dimension, to make it look like she's actually like holding the sign out away from her body. So while I chat and while people trickle in, I'm going to start coloring her face. And we are going to start by, we had talked earlier about adding the birthday, like the birthday party hat on top of her headband. So I'm going to go ahead and get her skin and her outfit colored, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do for her hair. And then we'll switch on to the flowers and then the super secret surprise. I had so much fun pulling out all of the goodies that I could find in my Kat Scrappiness bucket of stamps with sentiments and funny, different things that, can adorn her. There's a few. We've got some good Quokka sets that will come in handy. So first we're going to do her sign to where it looks dimensional. So we'll get her colored up first. But yeah, you could even, print and foil some sentiments. If you have a laser printer, print and foil them and then just fussy cut them to put on her. But yeah, there's so many things that you could do. Let me find... Dogs are going to go crazy. My son just walked in. So I started with E21. We're doing a little E02, E02. My dad would be very upset if I said O2 because O is a letter, not a number. He was a math teacher. I am looking for E11. Let's see if it's one of these. There it is. So we will see. Hopefully power doesn't go out. Hope everybody's having a great day. Had a great weekend. We had a pretty chill weekend. I mean, every weekend is pretty chill around here for us. All right, so there's her little face. And you guys have seen me do skin tones, but there's always someone new, and somebody, it might just be a little refresher course. So we'll get her colored. And I'm just laying down my really light Hey bud, I'm live. How was work?
Good. I'll work from home tomorrow.
Okay. You and Dad are in charge of dinner?
Yeah.
Or Dad's in charge of dinner?
He's making some Alfredo.
Yeah. All right, I'm back. Actually, I never left y'all, but Jacob was just saying hello when he came in the door. Get her cheeks. Let's give her some lipstick. I am seriously obsessed with this girl. So with the skin tones, you know, the other thing is too, depending on what markers you use, or, you know, you might have a favorite combination that you like. This is just my favorite, and I tend to kind of stick with that. I'm a creature of habit, definitely, and I think we're gonna give her some green eyes tonight. Go around here. So I'm going to do the sign the way I always do, and I'm going to color 2 of them, and then I'm going to put some foam tape under here, or craft foam, and kind of pop it up. And so I left her fingers on this one as well. I didn't chop her fingers off, so that I can, so it looks like she's holding it, and it's just out, you know, a bit from her body. So she's got a little bit of dimension. Although the sign with just the fingers looks a little creepy. So we're going to give her a little bit more shadow around her hairline here. Oh, I was going to show y'all. I think it's in my bucket right here. I did a dark-skinned girl yesterday, last week. I don't know if y'all saw it or not. Nope, that's the boy. Here she is. So I did a dark skin one. If you want to take a screenshot, here are my numbers here. Next week, I can do her in the dark skin with the dark hair. But I'm trying to get her up so you can see. She even has her little freckles. There she is. So that'll be probably next week. And then we will get some chickens in there too. Have you guys seen the chicken, the Sassy Chickens release? It's so fun. I love the chickens. I have chickens, so they're some of my favorite. There we go. A little under her eyes. All right, let's do her this sign. And we're gonna go 40s for that. Actually, we're gonna just switch gears because I'm not sure how long the storm's gonna kind of hold out. But let me grab my Misty. And I'm sure, you know, you probably know how to mask off and do that. But let me just show you how I do it. So we'll start with that. Let me find my girl. I hope. Do you guys have any plans coming up for this coming weekend? Anything fun? We have Father's Day. And that's about the excitement here. All right. And I think there were a few other people live tonight, so it might be people are just out enjoying the internet. Or they might have storms like we do. Plus, kids are out of school. At least they are. They've been out here for quite a while. All right, so I've got her. Let me clean her off real quick. And then I use the blue, I guess it's mint tape. And what I'm gonna do, and you can use it over and over and over. So this is I'm just gonna put it right along the bottom of her sign. And this one I kind of angled it in just a little bit to miss her fingers. And then down here just so that I don't overstamp. And then we'll grab our Can you guys hear it? Can you hear the rumbles out there? All right. So I'm going to position this so that it comes right in and kind of takes up that corner there. And we'll pick it up and we're going to leave the masking here. And we're just going to ink our flowers, and we'll do them probably a couple times. Oh, no, that's good. All right, let me clean that one. And then let's grab a flower sentiment real quick while we have this set out. So I think oh, fun! Tumblers are always good. Thanks a bunch. That's kind of cute. They're sticking. You make me happy. I think you've got a friend in me is the one for this one. And the stamps tend to stick to my fingers a lot. Oh, that's cute. It kind of just folds right around the flowers. I love a good thunderstorm. The dogs, not so much. Abner shakes, and then Hero tries to hide. So we're not going to push super hard because we don't want to smush out the font because it's a pretty fine font. So we're just going to give it little gentle pushes. There we go. All right. Oh my gosh, the sassy chickens, they are hilarious. I have made so many cards with it. Well, both of these sets already. But the chickens, they just crack me up. Their facial expressions and sentiments combined are the best. All right, so we're just going to take this up. And then we'll pull off our little mink tape. And there we go. So we've got her now with the flowers and her sign. So let me grab my little, here, you gotta move, buddy, sorry. I know it's scary, buddy. Just ran over the big yellow dog. All right, so we're gonna cut our little birthday things. I gotta cut this down though because it won't fit in here. And I cut out the other little things too to go with it because they will work perfectly with her sign, but you can just put them onto the sign. So we've got our little birthday hat, and this is from the Quokka birthday set. So with the Quokkas have a whole bunch of different embellishments that you can get with them. Like there's actually a dress up Quokka set, and then there's everyday Quokkas, but they've all got just a little bunch of stuff with them. So I'll show you the other ones. So there's the Halloween costume add-ons, which you could add the witch hat to her and do her face green like a witch. So we're going to do that one tonight. This is the Thanksgiving one. You've got pilgrims and stuff. For her sign, if you did the witch hat, this is from the Halloween lantern add-on. You've got all these sentiments for Halloween. You could do, like a little spider coming down her sign. Any of these sentiments would go on there. There's a Christmas dress-up set, but then you could add, and this is the Christmas lantern add-on, you could add any of these sentiments for her as well. And then this is the Quokka love, which, is like Valentine's or whatever, but it could just be, anniversary, a wedding card or whatever that had fun stuff on it too. So let me get the rest of this stuff taped down and cut. The Halloween one is fun. Oh, Brian, that'd be great if you can find them. Just the dress up. The Halloween, the Halloween Quokka, and the Thanksgiving one, and then the Christmas. I forget what other ones there were. There's a Christmas one. There's an ugly sweater. But you could easily grab some of the other ones for her as trying to get this. Sorry, I can't talk and put my dies down at the same time. Thanks, Brian. You're the best. All right. So, oh, I forgot the present. I gotta find some more tape. I keep little scraps of washi tape stuck to my die cutting machines. All right, so let's get... So there really is, I know she says just the craft supply stuff, but there really is so much that you could add on to do, or, go through other sets that you have. This is what I have. I have the Quokkas because I love the Quokkas. So there's a birthday balloon. There's a little party hat, present. I think, yeah, we'll do my cupcake. All right, let me stick these back on here. And we'll cut the flowers out real quick. And our little tiny cupcake. And then I just stick the tape back on my little cutter. And we did the birthday sentiment before. I think it was the very first Tuesday I did the birthday one. I'll grab that card in a second. Oh, I forgot our confetti popper blower thing. This would be fun for 4th of July too. And then flowers. I haven't even used these dies yet. They're still stuck to the... I haven't put them on there. And I have some more sets. I think they're supposed to be here tomorrow, maybe, from Kat. I had another order. So I have some more fun stuff to show y'all. One thing that's nice about the Kat Scrappiness dies is they're nice and tight to the images. So if you can see here, there's not a lot of white space. It makes it easy to line up. But then if you're, you know, somewhere in between die cutting and fussy cutting, they give you, you know, you've got just a little bit of a white border, but not too much. All right, flowers, confetti, and I will have to put this on its magnets. Oops, I just stuck the wrong die in there. See? That's how things get mixed up. Thanks, Brian. So there's the birthday quokka set. And that one has all sorts of fun that's this one. So you get the quokkas too, and we will do coloring the quokkas eventually as well. And then there's a coordinating die set too. Gosh, as T would say, dang it, Bobby. All right, there we go. Let's get this out of the way and we'll get these little pieces colored. Let's start with her little hat. And we're gonna go with yellow polka dots. Dark yellow, so this is YR13. And then we're gonna do, I think, a blue as well. B21, my go-to, like, all multi-purpose blue. All right. And then we'll do our balloon. I think we'll do pink. This is RV10, which is a really nice light pink. And then let's color our flowers while we're here. And I think we're gonna make these, we'll do them, I don't know what we're gonna call them. They're just, they might be daisies. I think that's all the centers. We'll get these leaves. I still think my favorite card, the one that cracks me up, is the one from last week. That was the roll in the hay. That was funny. I thought it was funny. We'll make these the brown-eyed Susans. So we'll just color those in, and then we'll go in with a little darker brown center. And a few little leaves. All right, so there's her. So let's go back to our first girl that we were coloring. And actually, yeah, let me find my, I have a little, my little baggie of pre-colored things. And these were all the leftovers from, these are the Thanksgiving ones. Of course, it's all the way at the bottom. I just wanted her the little pilgrim hat. So you could, you know, do a pilgrim hat. You could do a Santa hat. The witch's hat is the one. So here's the pilgrim hat as well. And then, so then she, you know, you could have the little pumpkins with her, or even on her sign with, and then for the Halloween, here's the witch's hat, which sits nicely right on top of her headband. And then, you know, you could put the spider web on the edge of her sign with the sentiments. But let's get her, so her little birthday hat is just going to sit right on top of her headband. But let me get her cut out. My lights are starting to flicker, so hopefully, fingers crossed. All right, let me get this die real quick, get her cut out. I do love the mix and match. You know, I'm all about being a thrifty crafter. We are on a budget, so I've got to make the most out of the stuff that I have, especially my, you know, stamps and dies. And this just helps. If I can use all my sentiments and other little embellishments from one stamp set for another, and they work perfectly together, then all the better. Plus, this crafting stamp set, I mean, it's crafting. I had to have it. Plus, the guy's expression is so funny. It just cracks me up. Hopefully I got this on square enough. I was rushing, so. And then we'll color her to match her birthday hat. Looky there, not too bad. All right, so she can come back onto our Lazy Susan, which has really helped with my coloring. It's just one off of Amazon, but I tend to spin and spin and spin and spin my artwork as I'm coloring. And this kind of gives me a little better base for my coloring. So we've got her hat, and we'll give her a yellow headband. And we'll do a blue shirt. So the one I did first, let me find her, was here. This was my first coloring one, and we did the happy birthday from this set on here. So it's going to be similar, but we're going to add the little party hat up here. So let's color her hair real quick. And we're going to give her some light brown hair. And I'm just kind of doing little swirls, strands of hair. She's got some curls. You can see them on the edge there. So we'll just kind of fill in with some, looks like, you know, strands of hair. And then we're going to add some blonde-ish. This is E30 right now. I'm just kind of giving myself a base there. And then we will go with YR24. And those are going to be kind of her blonde. And it's just little swipes. There we go. And then how about some really quick legging jeans? She's going to be blue too, but we'll come back in with the darker. So we're just, and with the denim, I mentioned last week, I think, you can actually take a piece of denim, like if you have an old piece of jeans or something, and soak them in, I use the blender solution, and then put it down on your, where you've colored, the blender solution will pull out the color and it leaves you with a denim look in your fabric, like you have denim fabric. There we go. I think she'll have some little yellow shoes. And let's do her sign real quick. And I'm going to put the other sign over this, but I still want to make sure that like my edges are colored. So I might as well color it all. If I haven't lost my other sign. There's my little Indian. I probably did. I'm a little scattered today. There it is. I found it. So by doing the kind of the long strokes back and forth, you'll get that either wood grain, you know, or cardboard. And I did actually fussy cut this sign. And then we're just going to go over to make it kind of a little darker here and there. And we'll darken up these little areas here. There we go. Now I use craft foam from Amazon. I do have foam, like foam adhesive that I use, but this is, like I said, we're on a budget here. So this is a lot cheaper for me to use. And I just use a liquid adhesive. There we go. And so that'll sit right on top of there and it gives it some dimension. So it looks like she's actually holding the sign, you know, away from her body. Because your stamps and your cards don't always have to be just flat. You can give them dimension. So if you look at her, I mean, you can see here, but she has the illusion that she's holding it out away from her. So let's find her little party hat. And we're just going to run a little bit of glue on the bottom of the hat. So there is our birthday girl. And then you could stamp, you know, whatever birthday sentiment on your sign there. And then so I would add the cupcake and that stuff to her. This one we need to color her sign. And I'm just going to go kind of right up to the flowers, and then I'll go back in with my darker color and give those flowers just a little shadow. I mean, they're not really going to be like flowers. They're just going to be where she stamped them or, you know, colored them, painted them on her sign. leave a little space there, and then I got a squeaky marker. There we go. So this one would have the flowers and the sentiment from the Quokka Flowers set. So I know tonight kind of seems like we're all over the place, but actually my goal was to show you some variations with these people, with the girl. This is one of my favorites. I love the paper. I love how she turned out. She reminds me of my oldest daughter. Is Hispanic and has the most amazing black curly hair. And that's just what she reminds me of. So, I have the numbers here for her. But I will color her probably maybe next week so you guys can see just how I did her skin. But let's finish this one. Let's color our little, we had a balloon. And you could do the same thing with this one here and cut your flowers out and pop them up. So there was dimension there as well. Oh, thanks, Cordelia. So you could take and cook the balloon. We'll do that. Let me color my cupcake and my present first. At least my present. And everything's going to be matchy-matchy. But we're going to do blue ribbon and a blue bow. And then some blue hearts. Oh, I think we've got another storm band coming in. I just got notice from the weather, my little weather app, that there's lightning like 0.5 miles away. And we'll do our present yellow. I was worried that the internet wasn't going to stay on for me to get done, which is probably why I seem a little frazzled. Because, so you could put, you know, your little present on here, and then happy birthday, or maybe she's carrying a box. You know, maybe it's not even a sign. Maybe it's a cardboard box. So you could put a ribbon here and make it like it's, and I'm going to run the balloon kind of along just the edge of her hair, just so that it's got something to grab onto. There we go. So let me take this off so you can see a little better. So there she is. There's a present. Do a cupcake. I forgot her little party blower. So see, she's got that big old mouth open. You know what? She could have her little confetti blower thing, or, you know, coming off. However, I've never used that one. I don't know what to do. Oh, yeah, we had them last night too, Cordelia. The dogs were not happy. And we have these electric, like adjustable beds. And so when the power goes out, the bed, it doesn't do anything while the power is out. But when the power comes back on, the bed flattens out, which Abner is not a fan of the bed moving. Well, and plus he was totally panicked as it was. these, I mean, I know it's summertime in the South and we get these crazy storms all the time anyway, but sometimes, you know, it gets a little out there. They can be a little wild. And then we just get these like complete downpours where it's just, you know, sheets coming off the roof. I think she's adorable. I love how she's coming together. So you could even take a piece of ribbon, like actual ribbon, and tie it on here and put a little bow like it's a gift. I don't have the happy birthday stamp, plus I mounted it already, but you could, we'll just put these on here. You know, or if she was holding it the other way, but it couldn't really be like a charcuterie board. She's holding it straight up. But that's, you know, some options. I think she's adorable. I need to fix her ears though. But this girl, I love. I always forget her ears. And we need to blend out her nose a little better. So I hope this, you know, that if you don't have it, that you would consider adding this set to your collection. Not just because it's crafty, but it's very multi-purpose, especially the guy too. I mean, he doesn't have a sign, but there's so many sentiments that could go with his expression. I did this one because, you know, we got our guy crafters. Hey, Jana. But his expression just cracks me up. So we've got our birthday girl, and we popped up her sign here, so it's a little dimensional. We have with the flowers on her sign. We have our dark-skinned girl, which we will color next week. I better put my pin back in my glue before it dries up. And then, so she's got, so for your card, you could have, she's got her balloon, she's got a present, there's a cupcake. I don't know where a cupcake's gonna go. Maybe there's a table. It's just floating at the moment. So there's here's the daisies. And I will put cards together and post them. So here's the flowers, which, you know, they could even, I would die cut her out. And so they could be, you know, coming up behind her or whatever. So we went through a variety of sentiments that you could add. We went through, oh, do I have an extra one? Hold on. All right. We're going to color, let me see. Okay, Jana, here's my idea, is to do her in green skin with the witch's hat from the Halloween Quackas dress up set. And then follow me here. I've lost it already. I have too many sets set aside. The lantern add-on for like Eat, Drink, and Be Scary in her sign. So she'd have green skin, a witch's hat, this, and then the spider web or this spider web on her sign. So those are some more ideas. I need to make like a little spreadsheet. Hey, Kat! of all the ideas. So here's our birthday girl with all of her birthday embellishments. And you could easily too, you could make this a shaker card with her sign cut out the middle and make it a little shaker. I like the idea of putting a ribbon on it and making it that it's kind of just a beat up box, but it could be her birthday gift that she's bringing. We have our girl with the flowers here. I'm glad you made it, Kat. With the flowers. So we colored them like the brown-eyed Susans, or here are some daisies. You could pop these up as well or have them, you know, behind her. There is the dark-skinned girl as well. Then nope, that's a flower girl. These guys with the hat. The witch's hat from the Quokka, Dress Up Quokkas, with the spider web on her sign and the Eat, Drink, and Be Scary on her sign would be fun. Even just, I miss you. I will go through the sentiment sets on the website and make a list of things that would work well for her. You know, to give people an option of, oh, well, what can I add to this? I mean, you can add so many things to it. These are just the ones that I have, that I pulled aside. So it's the lantern, the birthday quokkas, the Thanksgiving dress-ups. This one I used on my naughty one. The Quokka flowers here with the flowers, and then there's all these awesome friend sentiments too. The Quokka love, which you could, all these little hearts cut out too. You wouldn't have to do the Quokka, but I mean, he's big enough, he could be her buddy. And then this is the Christmas lantern add-on, and so you could easily put any of these holiday sentiments on and, you know, dress her like paper dolls almost, but you just dress them up. You know, they're not dress-up quokkas, she's the dress-up crafty girl. And so then this is the other one. I showed y'all how I mask off to stamp this one. And this will still fit within the die set because the flowers are just on the sign. So this will still work with the dies. And then the party hat, we cut out and added on to her headband. But she's super cute. She'd be cute like standing up on a cupcake, making the little you know, like the cake topper things that people make where you put them on a skewer. But you could easily put her on a skewer. And, hey, Cindy! And put her on the top of a cupcake with a little happy birthday. Like this one here says happy birthday. So I've had a blast with this set. This one, oops. So, you know, you can make them silly, naughty, whatever the way you want to take it. This is from the Fork and Farm set, and this is from the Christmas sentiments. So sentiments can be different as far as their use. Naughty, and I know it, I mean, granted, you're telling Santa that you've been naughty, but it kind of worked with the roll in the hay. She might be one of my new favorites. This girl here. She's fun. She needs some sparkle. And she definitely needs some bling. Let me look in my little... So, These are some new embellishments. Oh, that's an empty one because I put those in their container. But on a shaker card would be so fun too. With the, I've got it, the birthday cake, or the birthday, I gotta find it. I just had it because I had pulled it out and then I put it back. This one. Birthday essentials. So you could, I mean, heck, she could be popping out of a cake. But this is just dies. You've got balloons, party hats, candles, bows. See, you could cut the bow out of this set, put it on her beat up cardboard box she's carrying there, or pattern paper piece, patterned paper over the sign to where it looks like wrapping paper, and put the bow on it from this set. And there's another set, the wonky rectangles, I think, has the little tiny bows. You could put the bow on there like it's a present, but you could have, you know, a big old cake behind her. See, there's so many possibilities. And I totally got squirreled away from embellishments because I was thinking about cake. And, you know, we always laugh that when someone does that, it's like the book, you know, if you give a mouse a cookie, or if you give a moose a muffin, and you just kind of go, but these would, oh, because I was thinking of shaker cards. But any of these are pretty. These are just gold heart sequins. I used these on the headband before. These are really pretty. These are just flat. Well, there's some pearls in there, but most of them are the little flat sequins. We've got Christmas dots and stuff too, little peppermints, but there's so much that you could add to, you know, a card and put her on there, switch up the sentiment, and you have a whole different card without having to change up a lot with her. See, here was the pumpkin. I mean, this doesn't really fit. It kind of gets lost on her head, but you could do the pumpkins and stuff with her. I mean, you could even, he's kind of large, but you know, she could have a chicken friend. That one has a scary rooster face, like he's gonna chase you through the yard. So like with these flowers, I would probably take the little green butterflies and put on the flowers. But if you have any other ideas, if you're watching on replay or if you're here now, put them in the comments. Let me know what else you could, how you could switch her up to make her even more versatile than she already is. Because that sign just gives you so many opportunities for a sentiment or for like turning it into something else. I mean, to me, this does look like a cardboard box, but I think it would be totally cool to stamp it onto patterned paper, the birthday paper, the Quokka birthday, cut it out and put it on there so that it's like a wrapped present and it looks like she's carrying a box. So maybe she's bringing in her present for her little friend who she's going to celebrate. Wouldn't that be fun? So that is about what I have so far for tonight. I will be back next Tuesday. Same cat channel, same cat, like same bat channel, same cat channel. I think I need to eat dinner. But there's a lot of opportunity for expanding and using what you have in your stash already. I do a kind of a series. Well, Delise started it. I've kept up with it. Making the most out of your stamps, dies, and stencils. So this is just one more way to kind of expand expand your creativity. Hopefully your creativity is inspired to look at her and him even from a different point of view. You know, I don't know that these little hats will fit on his melon. That one's way too little. Maybe the pilgrim hat would fit on his head. He does have kind of a large head. Definitely bigger than hers. So hers works a little better with the party hat and balloon and everything. So, but yeah, I will definitely add some sparkle onto these things. And I think I'm going to dress up her, what I'm now looking at as a box, into a present that she's bringing. And I'm going to use the bow from this set, the birthday essentials. Anyway, have a fantastic night. Thank you for those of you who stuck around with me in my silliness tonight. This was fun. I love being able to take a set and look at it from a different point of view and see how I can add to it with what I have. And it just makes it that much more of a value for me to have in my stamp stash if it's something that I can pull out. And I do have a lot of crafty friends that I could send cards to that her as the crafty girl would totally work, but switching her up to the birthday girl or whatever makes it even of more value to me for this set. Same with him. There's so many things that you could expand on. And for me, then right there, the value of this set for me to have in my stash, if it's between this one and one that I may only use a few times, this is going to be the one I'm going to go to, because there's so many options for what you can do, how you can color it. Just coloring, changing her skin tone totally gives her a completely different look. All right. Well, y'all have a fantastic night. I will see you next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central Time. Have a fantastic evening. Remember, be kinder than you need to be, because you never know what someone's going through. Much love, y'all. Take care. Bye-bye. My mouse is stuck.